Former Good Morning Britain presenter Piers Morgan has lashed out at the popular breakfast programme for allowing Shamima Begum to exercise her free speech, while claiming that he wasn't allowed to do the same earlier in the year. In March, Piers, 56, stormed off the set of the ITV breakfast show after clashing with weatherman Alex Beresford over comments he made about Meghan Markle, in an incident which turned out to be his last appearance on the ITV news programme. In view of his 8 million followers, the former newspaper editor claimed the programme didn't extend the same courtesy to him that they had done for Shamima during her interview this morning. Piers wrote, "Just as well I'm not interviewing this lying, snivelling, cold-hearted, self-serving ISIS bride monster, or I'd have seriously lost my temper by now. Begum should never be allowed back to Britain. Let her rot in the terror bed she made for herself," he finished. In a second tweet, the Life Stories host hit out at the show, claiming he wasn't allowed to exercise his right to freedom of speech following his remarks about Meghan Markle, for which he was asked to apologize. He penned, "Interesting times we live in when an ISIS terror bride is allowed to exercise her right to freedom of speech on at GMB, but I wasn't." Shamima first hit headlines back in 2015 when, as a 15-year-old schoolgirl, she left her East London home and fled to Syria to become an ISIS bride, but she now wants to return back to the UK. She consequently had her British citizenship revoked by the Home Office over security concerns after leaving Raqqa in 2017 and spoke to GMB from a detainment camp in Syria. During a tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey which aired back in March, Meghan claimed that her mental health had suffered as a result of becoming a senior member of the royal family. Addressing the claims on GMB, Piers sparked backlash when he said, "I'm sorry, I don't believe a word she said, Meghan Markle, sick. I wouldn't believe it if she read me a weather report," before storming off the set. Hours later, ITV released a statement confirming the presenter's departure from the show after 6 years of fronting it alongside Susanna Reid. Following Piers' comments, Ofcom received a record-breaking 58,000 complaints. However, days ago, the regulator ruled that the former newspaper editor had not breached their code of conduct with his comments about the Duchess of Sussex. A brief clip of TV personality Richard Madeley interviewing the ex-British citizen had been posted to the show's Instagram page. The former Richard and Judy host asked Shamima, "What would you say to people watching this who say, well, she would say all of this now because ISIS lost?" She responded, "If ISIS was still in as much in power, I may still have been stuck in ISIS, I will admit that, but not by choice but by force because of a lack of any other way of getting out, you know. If ISIS were to come back now, if they were to come to the gates right now and say, who wants to join us? And whoever doesn't join us, well, kill them, I would rather die than go back to ISIS," she claimed. The husband of Judy Finnegan went on and asked the former ISIS bride to make her appeal to get her British citizenship reinstated directly to Boris Johnson, as she claimed she could help the country in its fight against terrorism. Richard said, "You said at the outset of this interview you wanted to make a direct appeal to the British Prime Minister. What do you want to say to him?" Shamima replied, "I want to say that you are clearly struggling with extremism and terrorism in your country. I want to help by telling you my own experience with these extremists and like what they say and how they persuade people to do what they do and come to places like Syria. Sick, I think I could very much help you in your fight against terrorism because you clearly don't know what you're doing," she added, before the clip ended.